Hi. Today we are doing something a little bit different than normal. I have decided to do a little bit of YouTube content that is not related to my streaming. So for this video, I am going to be starting a new series where I kind of master Pam's Harvestcraft in Minecraft. Now, do I have a set of standards for what I'm considering mastery yet? Not exactly. I'll be honest. I'm thinking it's going to have to do with how many crops I have growing and how many recipes I can make, but that is the plan, and yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so here we are loading into the world for the first time, and we're just kind of looking around trying to see if we can find any of those little gardens from Pam's Harvestcraft, and immediately there aren't any around, even though I scoped the area before starting, but I think I actually missed some. I was looking directly at them, but they blend into the grass a little bit. There's some sugarcane that I wanted to grab really quick as well, and bam! Our first gardens of the playthrough, which is really exciting because you can't really do anything with the mod pack until you find your first gardens, and so this is a milestone, okay? A very early, easy milestone, but a milestone nonetheless. And also, this convenient little village in the distance, absolutely going to be taking advantage of the fact that there is free housing. Okay, so after getting quite a few little gardens and getting a bunch of crops from those, decided to start addressing myself as superior to the villagers by taking their food right from under their noses. I am quite literally the pillager raiding the village. At this point, I'm like, why would I stop at stealing their resources? And why not just steal an entire house? Because I need somewhere to put all my crops that I can't plant yet. Because I don't have a bucket to place water and water the crops with. So that's exactly what I'm doing here. I am just inserting all of my things into this random house that I decided to conquer. It was at this point that I realized I was going to actually have to play Minecraft if I wanted to do this challenge, even though it is based around Pam's Harvestcraft. So I decided to make a wooden pickaxe and finally enter the Stone Age so I could really get into Minecraft progression. No mod pack is actually complete without just enough items, just enough resources, and of course some type of mini-map mod, and I realized I didn't actually remember to do that when I was putting this mod pack together before I started recording, and so I had to quickly do that. But don't even worry about it because we're still working towards our goal. I'm still not entirely sure where I want to build like a forever base because I want it to be very farm looking. Like I want a barn, I want a farmhouse, I want a silo, and I'm really liking the path that goes in between those little mountain bits. It's like a very, very shallow valley, but I really like the way it looks. I'm considering building, some type of silo or some other farm structure up on top of the hill, maybe the barn on the lower bit of it and the farmhouse next to it, or maybe the farmhouse on the lower bit and the barn somewhere else. I'm not entirely sure still, but that is something that I'm gonna have to be keeping in mind in the back button, if you will, because that is just such a cute spot and I feel like it would be perfect for some type of build. I actually was also considering making my animal farm pens be right there in between the village and where I want to build my other home that is not the villager home that I stole, but I'm still entirely up in the air about it. I don't think building the house is my main goal at the moment. I kind of want to start cultivating some of the crops before I really get into building, but at the same time, it's something that I do want to have in mind for when I get to that point. I was hoping to start mining at this point, but it was getting late. And I did notice a little shipwreck while I was looking for a villager house with a bed in it. And so I did have to keep that in mind. But I did steal someone's bed. I'm so sorry to do that. But I gotta do what I've got to do. I've got to put me first. So then I slept and then I explored the shipwreck to see what kind of goodies I could find. Honestly, there were some pretty decent things, mostly nothing super special, but I mean the carrots are nice. I don't know if there were any in the village yet, and the smithing plates or whatever those are called are actually pretty cool. I've never used them before, I don't think, so I'm kind of excited to try those out. I also like the stews because I think it's fun seeing what type of status effect will get, and so I'm never mad to get some of those. But yeah, not a crazy one. I will have to check out that buried treasure map eventually, but you know, I can't be mad because free loot is free loot, and I've stolen everything I have. I don't really want to bore you too much with the mining content, but the way the XP glows with the shaders, oh my god. I was kind of shocked. Like I don't use shaders often, and so when I do, and then it's always surprising and it's always fun. But yeah, I ran into a little bit of an underwater cave situation while mining some coal, and at first I was kind of thinking maybe I shouldn't go in, but then I remember the door strats, and I was also like, oh, mobs don't spawn underwater, except like the drowned, but I don't think they really spawn in the caves. And so I did end up doing that, and I got a little bit of loot from that. After getting all those goodies, I went straight back into my area and realized I flooded the place. But I kept hearing something that was nearby as I continued mining, and so I started digging absolutely everywhere. I was digging up in the ceiling, I was digging in the floor, digging straight down, but I was doing it as safely as I could. So I finally dug into something. I found a mine shaft. I didn't feel like staircasing, so I just made ladders to make it easy to get up and down from where the area was. Didn't have enough, but I just dug the rest of the way so that it was at least traversable, whatever the word is. Immediately ran into a friggin' skeleton, but don't worry, I'm brave and I'm strong, and so obviously I fought it and I won. Then I quickly lit up the area and I started getting my rewards for mining. I actually found so much while I was mining. I did not record all of it because, oof, it would have been so much time taken over that. But there were so many creepers in this cave. I think I ran into like 3 back to back. It was actually crazy. But I love using the fences to hide behind because they can't blow up when you're behind something. And I just find it so silly that the fence actually covers you all the way, even though it doesn't visually do it. Apparently the creepers can't see you. Was that 4? Was that a 4th creeper? Oh my goodness, it was crazy. And then I ran into a zombie spawner, and at first I was gonna just take them, but then I saw that one of them had an iron sword, so I decided to play it a little bit safer and put a block there so that it couldn't attack me. The loot was okay. Honestly, the best thing that was there was probably the name tag and maybe the disc, because I do really like the discs in Minecraft. I think it's fun to collect them. Obviously there are ways to farm them not from chests, but yeah, I decided to add a little waypoint for the zombie spawner because I don't want to lose that. Are you kidding me? And I also added a waypoint for the mineshaft itself because I will get lost. I will never find it again if I leave it up to fate. So yeah, but after that I was like, okay, I think I should get out because I had fought so many monsters and I had pretty good haul for the day. I mean, over a stack of iron and over a stack, maybe 2 of coal. I cannot remember how much I got, but I got a lot of coal. And I was like, wow. And then, second I'm out, another creeper. It's like there was some type of curse on me or something. It was crazy. They're like obsessed with me. Those creeps. Anyways, I got 1 piece of bamboo. I don't remember how I got that, but I got it, and so I planted it. And now I am working on, I want to make animal pens for one of each of like the main animals that you can farm, like chickens, pigs, cows. I'm just clearing up the space. I decided to use a water bucket because it's way faster, and I frankly didn't feel like breaking all that grass by hand, and it actually did make it go so much faster. The pens aren't going to be super big. I might make them bigger later, especially when I start building in like actual barns, like building barns, but I don't have those resources right now. I had to stop to get trees like 5 times while just building these basic pens, so this is all that they can get from me right now, okay? Sorry. I forgot to make fence gates also at first, and so there's that. I don't even remember why I didn't do them at first. I think it's just because I had like no wood, and so I was just using what I had for that time being. I forgot to leave a hole there for the fence gate again, but easy to rectify that situation. And finally they're all done, and now I had to speed this up because it was like so long. The process took forever to get the animals, because I mean, you know, the animals are not fast to walk and they constantly get distracted. It was a hassle and I hated doing it, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And honestly, I had to do this. I had to sleep. It took an entire Minecraft day to get them. I had to sleep while getting the pigs and cows, and I wasn't done still because I needed to get more cows and more chickens, because I only got one cow the first round and one chicken the first round, which is not enough. I mean, technically with the chicken, if you get lucky with the eggs, then you only really need one to start, but that is like, that's long game, okay? I'm not trying to wait 20 minutes just to get a single actual fertilized egg from a chicken, okay? I'm not doing that. So I got an extra chicken. Actually, I got a few extra chickens. The cow got lost, got stuck. They look so funny climbing in, sped up. But finally I got everything in, and so I could breed the chickens. I don't have enough wheat or carrots or potatoes, I don't think, for the pigs. Actually, I might have potatoes somewhere. There, I just didn't do it. I did accidentally poison myself with suspicious stew. I've never had a 15-second status effect from one of them, so I didn't think it would be a big deal if this accidentally happened, but luckily I just got cows. And the second one I think was weakness, but I wasn't fighting anything and it was pretty short, so it didn't matter too much. There wasn't too much left to do after this. That was like my main goal, but I did want to make it a little more convenient, so I added carpets to the fences so that I could easily jump in and out. I don't know if monsters can hop on them and get into the pens. I've never had that problem before. If it's ever happened to you, maybe leave it in the comments so I could think about that, but I think it's fine, ? But yeah, that is pretty much it for this first episode. I don't know if I'll voice over every episode of this series, but the audio quality was terrible when I recorded it live, not live, but like while I was playing, and so I had to fully voice over this one. But we'll get there when we get there, and we'll see when we see. But thank you so much for watching this. I'm really excited for this series, and I hope you are too, and I hope you enjoyed watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.